All right, have and have not fans, I want to make a video. This one is dedicated to Miss Angela Robertson, aka Ice Queen Veronica, aka Veronica Harrington, aka the baddest bitch on the haves and the have-nots right now. I noticed on her Facebook page she posted an interesting post about last night. It goes as follows: about last night, you guys send the best tweet. Thanks. Choose one of the following. Multiple choice question. The behavior of Ice Queen Veronica has escalated because she is A. Cray cray, B. Drug and alcohol addicted, C. Just evil, no other reason, D. Completely unable to deal with losing control of others. Again, completely unable to deal with losing control of others, or E. All the above. She even goes further to say, I know it would be easy to select E. Trust and believe, I do that on so many multiple choice tests. But give it some thought first. People are complex and pain affects everyone differently. Add in substance abuse and you may get cray cray. So grateful to Tyler Perry for allowing me to play V. Love you guys for being on the ride. First of all, Angela Robertson, I've enjoyed being on the ride so far, and I think I can speak for every other have and have not fan when I say we have loved your character evolve from season 1 to season 4 part 2, where we are right now. It's just crazy to see, no pun intended, it's cray cray to see how much Veronica has changed. Now, I can't lie, I'm gonna pick, no, you know what, I'm not even gonna pick E. C, just evil for no other reason. Come on now, anybody who's never watched a Tyler Perry show before, if this is your first Tyler Perry show, there's always an underlying meaning or message. There's no wasted line of dialogue or action or body language that a character does verbally or physically that's wasted. Being evil just for being evil, I don't think that's it. So I'm crossing out C. Now I do say that it's A, cray cray, B, drug and alcohol addicted, and D, completely unable to deal with losing control of others. I want to break it down. So Angela, if you're watching this, I hope you relax, get some popcorn, hear me out, because I have a lot to say. I think this goes back to a video or blog I did a while ago about, it was the episode where, let's see, you threw the water on Maggie, and that's when you tore up the Sarandon Hotel bar room restaurant dining area. Good scene, by the way. And the way that David reacted to that, he just kind of stood there. His reaction pretty much gave up the vibe that Veronica has done something like this before. Because if it was something, if that was his first time seeing Veronica act out like that, he would show concern. But he knew even before she started tearing up the room, he's like, are you on pain meds again? Or even when he says, are you on drugs? She felt like, how dare you? Because again, in the past, she was addicted to the pain pills. I believe it was from hurting her back. This was the I guess you could say, life before the haves and have-nots. Things that are mentioned but never. Tyler Perry, if you're listening, Angela, please forward this video to Tyler Perry. Make a have and have-not movie. That will be all. It can be like life before the series starts. That would be amazing. I think that should occur. Really, really. Please do. Please do. It was the pain meds from, if I'm not mistaken, hurting your back, and then you went into rehab due to alcohol. And that's when you got out because you noticed the things that were lacking when you were in rehab, hence why you started your own rehab facility. So, it goes to show that even David at one point said that Veronica has always been controlling, but not to the extent that she is now. Hence, getting Melissa impregnated by a drunken Jeffrey and blackmailing Jeffrey with jail. So, he does what you want him to do, and so on and so forth. I kept saying that if there was ever a time that Veronica might have started doing, pain meds or alcohol drinking again, it would have been at the end of season 1 when your son Jeffrey, and again, I feel like I'm speaking directly to Angela / Veronica right here, when your son Jeffrey came out of the closet to you and David, and then you pretty much, as David said, wish that he hadn't been born or dead. I feel like it goes back to option D, completely unable to deal with losing control of others. Now, you always knew that Jeffrey was in the closet, but you pretty much kind of tried to lock him in there, but his foot was in the door because, you could just tell by the way he was acting with Wyatt, because he even said that the reason I had you so close to Wyatt was the fact that he's a ladies' man. And if you would hang around with him, number one, you would know he wouldn't have interest in you. And number two, you would realize that, okay, maybe I like girls after all. But the fact that your only son turned out to be a homosexual, it felt like everything, as I guess you could say, the Harrington family dynasty was broken due to the fact that your son was gay. So I feel like when Jeffree finally came out and then something inside Veronica snapped, that if there was any point where I feel that Veronica might have started doing drugs or pain meds or drinking again, that was it. Number one, we see her drinking at the end of season 3, part 1. It was when Jeffree actually grew some balls and told you off when you were sitting on the couch, and then that's later on tonight when you burned down the house. So that's we on screen saw Veronica drinking. Remember, and again, you got to think back now, other fans, you got to think back. Remember, way back after Amanda died at the beginning of season 3, like it was revealed that she committed suicide. I still don't believe she did, but that's another video. Well, actually, I did a video on that a while ago. I still don't think she did. After Amanda was dead, and Catherine was like talking to Veronica about, hey, Jeffree's gay. You can't mold your children into what you want them to become because it will break them. That's when Veronica goes out to the front of the house, calls a doctor to say, bring some pills because my friend is delusional. We never see Catherine get the pills from Veronica. Is it possible that those same pills, supposedly for people with delusions, are the same pills that Veronica is potentially hooked on right now? That could go back to option, because again, being completely unable to deal with losing control of others could be the reason why she got back on some kind of pain meds or pills, as well as starting to drink, leading to option A when she started getting cray-cray. And I've said it before, Angela Robertson, it's like you taking these masks, and I don't know, it's like the Green Goblin from Spider-Man, where you have, Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin, then Jekyll and Hyde, and so on and so forth. And I always talked about the symbolism that Tyler Perry puts into his shows, because the scene where Maggie comes over to your house to reveal that, number one, she has all the pictures of you and Benny, number two, that she wants your man. And I noticed that Veronica had those masks on the wall. And when Maggie left, because, nice decor, not too flashy, and Veronica throws the pictures because Maggie handed her the folder, and it knocked down one of the masks on the wall and hit the ground. And that's when Veronica kind of went to the ground kind of crying, almost like she had to pick her face up. So I thought it was interesting that she had to pick her face up after what Maggie said, because the mask fell off the wall, because, oh no, David didn't really have sex with Maggie. I thought the mask on the wall was a nice and again, Angela, tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm an overthinker, so I might be looking at something that isn't there. Is the reason that Veronica has the mask, or had the mask on the side of the wall, representing the mask that she plays? You have the brilliant attorney, you have the controlling, as and David said, this the simple bitch kind of thing, where you have to be in control, and then the mask where it's kind of like the crazy. You have crazy, the woman inside who's trapped. I feel like almost like a Two-Face from Batman. I love comic books, so I'll make a lot of analogies like that, where it's a good woman trapped inside. I believe David obviously fell in love with Veronica for her being good, because he even said that you used to be this kind-hearted woman, loving mother. Yes, you were controlling, but not the simple bitch you are now. So this is exactly why we should get a have and have nots movie, due to the fact that I want to see these characters develop before, we get to the show, such as, the summer camp where Amanda, Jeffree, I don't know if Jeffree went with him, Amanda, Wyatt, and maybe Jeffree went to that camp and got touched or molested by those priests. Well, that preacher or priest, the same one that Catherine made disappear. Along with the character development of Veronica, kind of seeing how she was maybe controlling, maybe little Jeffree, portrayed by like a preteen or teenage actor, could show some homosexuality signs, and Veronica kind of shutting them down. Things like that. Because again, Veronica has depths It's just that, the crazy's kind of showing. And Angela, if you could tell me this much, can you tell me whose idea was it for the Benny and Veronica fling to happen? I've always wondered that. I don't, honestly, from my perspective, some people argue that you and Benny were a relationship, but I never thought you two were. Obviously, it was the getting back at David because you thought that he slept with Maggie. Sex, not so much a relationship. And, wow, I think I pretty much covered everything. Yeah, 10-minute video. And again, I felt like I broke down why it's D, B, and A. The fact that Veronica isn't able to deal with losing control of others, especially her son, which is why she started drinking and potentially got on pills, and that's why she's acting cray-cray. But also, is anybody going to address the fact that Benny is not himself after getting out of that coma where he's acting like a little kid? And honestly, that's maybe where that little fling between Veronica and Benny happened, because the two cray-cray people on the show hooked up. But, that's just me. So, Angela, I hope you did watch this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Didn't mean to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to show you that I really love the show, but obviously you know that from all the theory blogs and videos I've been doing. So I want to get to work right now on an episode review of last night's episode. Can't wait to see what you bring for us, not only the rest of this season, but for future seasons on. I know that this show, based off the views and it's a hit. So I hope you all, Tyler Perry, keep it going for a long time, because it gives me something to do in my downtime off work. So again, to all the have and have not fans out there, please like, comment, subscribe to this channel to get any updates on all videos I'll be doing, and I will catch you all in the next video.